Hello, guys. Welcome to watch our podcast. I'm Edafe Williams, the presenter for this series, and today we'll be talking about why family fail. So, with me to give their views and their opinion on this topic are Lisa and Zimbabwe. So, guys, we know that today in Nigeria, to a major extent, many families have been falling apart and they've been like, it's shall not working out. I think when I heard somebody said they were comparing the rates to our parents those days, they found out that those relationships used to last much longer. And now it's hard to even see marriages that get up to 10 years these days. So it has been a major concern. So I would like us to like give our opinions on why you think family feel now.
Well, um, good afternoon, good morning, good night, wherever you are listening us from. Well, I think family fails with so many reasons, a lot of reasons. Most times, you see this communication, we actually overlook it to some extent that we feel, more, I beg, and it's actually one of the most important key in a family. When you talk out things, you relate together, you talk about your success, failures, everything together. You see, when you start opening up, you start talking, everybody actually grows together. So when you have somebody that's actually going, you might not even know that maybe your brother or your sister or your mother is actually going through the same thing. When you start telling them, they'll be like, I've gone through that before. Okay, this is how it is. Yeah, okay, let's do it like this. Let's do it like this. So I think communication is an important thing in the family, and I think when there's no communication in the family, that family is actually bound to fail in so many aspects.
Mm, okay, thank
That's very true. Communication basically is what affects every other aspect of marriage and how it works out. If the couple are not willing to communicate their cares and concerns with each other, spouses and children are like, there is bound to be problems in the family.
okay, thank you for that. I think that's very, very, very valid because the we've had cases where over time, I know a man by default don't want to appear vulnerable. You get so most times they may not want to communicate how they feel, even when they are going through a lot. I don't know, maybe it's because I don't know how true it is, but then some people were saying it's because the men feel that the women cannot really help them with their issues. So that's why. I don't know how true that is. So as regards to that in communication, let's bring it a little bit closer to us. That's the parent-children relationship as far as communication is concerned. And then it has been noted or registered that one of the reasons why many children turn out to be ruffians in the society today are because they were not like there was not this good communication ground within them and their parents. So most times when they were having issues, they did not have anybody to literally confide in. So most times they would tend to go out and they would get bad advice. So let's hear your take on that.
As regards the men and communicating, I think it is what society over time has put in their head. Society has made it seem in a way that when a man expresses his emotion, they consider it as a weakness. They tend to see the man as weak and vulnerable. And we all agree, no man wants to be vulnerable. They want to keep that head figure.
Definitely.
So most times when they go through things, they tend not to speak out. They tend to keep it to themselves. But when you say it will make a woman see you as weak,
Lesser
if you
of
do
yourself.
it because of a woman, if you decide not to express yourself and your feelings because of a woman, then I think that the best thing to do would be to go away from the woman
No,
that would
okay,
make you feel that way,
okay,
because I
okay.
don't think there is a sensible or reasonable woman who would make you want to make you feel less of yourself simply because you decided to communicate. That is a very, very immature thing to do as a woman.
Okay, so I think it's not necessarily about the woman like saying it in
So
clear
it's
terms.
societally. I think if we want to look at it societally, there has been a lot of things that we've let go that society used to hold so dear
Okay.
that we've let go over the
time.
generation or over time. And I think that men expressing themselves is one of those things that we should let go. Because statistically, when it comes to suicide,
Yeah,
the
it's
rate of men who commit
commit
suicide
suicide.
are more. And one of the major reasons why that is because they tend to bottle up a
Yeah.
lot what they are going through.
Yeah, true. I agree with that. So that's a very nice take as regards why men tend to
Lock
not
up.
convey their emotions to their partners. And then it's not like most times many of them they don't actually convey their emotions, but then they prefer to do it in the silence. Yeah, they don't want people to see that this guy they cry.
Exactly.
The normal
I
thing,
remember
say, man,
when
no dey
I
cry.
just wrote work
But
that
I dey
time.
read.
When I just wrote work that time and I came out,
Yeah.
I tried to work a little before I go for my jam exams. And I was working for this man where we sell building materials. So his wife was pregnant at the time. She had a baby and the child died. So there was one time the man was still coming to work. He went into his office like for the whole day he didn't come out. And then later I had a bulk order like this and I needed him to do some paperwork. So I went to him and when I opened the door, his eyes, God, they were so red. It was obvious this man has been crying.
Yes.
But he would not want us to know. Because society, you be man, why you they cry,
exactly.
things like that. So I think society kind of, in a way, fucked men up in that aspect.
Okay, so I think okay, let's digress a little to get this in perspective a little bit. So now a woman by default wants a guy that is able to lead them like better than them in like in
True.
most things, you understand? So I guess the reasons why the guy may not want to be appear vulnerable before her is because he may be thinking that okay, if the reason why me and this lady like got like intertwined in the first place,
Okay.
why we mingled is because to a larger extent the lady wanted
saw you as
higher,
stronger.
as stronger and
Mm.
superior in a sense
Mhm.
to her. So me now like being vulnerable before her, it will make her feel less of me that you get that kind of thing.
No, it's
Vulnerability does not make you less of a person. First of all,
no,
let's get that straight.
Okay.
It does not make you less of a person. It does not reduce you in any way. So
Actually,
please,
it doesn't.
please
But
let go of that
perspective.
notion. Let go of that perspective. I beg you. It does not make you weak. Speaking out does not reduce anything in you.
True.
But if I am to talk personally, I like a man who's higher in every ramification. But that does not mean
Okay, at least once in a while you should.
that once in a while everybody will be weak at a point
True.
in their lives.
Yeah.
You are not God. You're only human. And like I said earlier, the fact that you opened up does not make you lesser of a man that you already are. And besides, women, when it comes to emotions, are like how we get emotions, so like the backbones of the emotion. So I think to an extent, if you have a sensible woman in your life, when you go through that emotional phase, she should be able to lend it. That's why I'm a helpmeet. You cannot always be there to help all the time. There are times you go weak. That's when I come in
Compliment.
to support.
Yeah.
That's why we have each other. It is not an opportunity for me to now look down on you and say that you are less of a man.
All right. Thank you for that. So, as regards the communication between parents and children now, so what's your take on that, Zimbabwe?
Well, I think communication with parents and their kids is very, very poor.
Very.
It's very, very poor because you see,
Exactly.
most times, parents doesn't have that. They don't have that luxury, that time to sit you down and be asking you, who's your friend, who do you follow to school,
How your day
who's your,
went.
stuff
Especially
like that.
recently.
Exactly. So the thing is just, see, it's just few parents actually have that time to know their kids' friend, who they mingle with, what they do, stuff like that. And recently now, I think it's even worse because everybody's now doing a big
Career man and career woman.
Exactly. When you go to work by 5 a.m. in the morning, the kids are still asleep. You come back by 10 p.m. The kid are still asleep. So you not have that time to be asking them, how was school? You will have house help that will be taking care of the kids. We'll do assignments. We know most of the times if the house help is like now the mother, because
Exactly.
most kids don't even, I'm not sure they even know how their parents are. It's just the house help. They know everything about the house help. The house help know everything about them. And the mother of the child now will now sometimes they'll now start getting jealous. Maybe when they want to go out, they'll be like, let her follow us. So they'll be like, I'm your mother now. No, let her follow us. They now have that closure.
You can easily
With,
relate.
yes, they can easily relate. They can actually open up to that. But they can open up to their mother because they'll be like, Omo, my mother doesn't know me like that. Doesn't know me like that. Even if fathers say they are even the worst of people because but they don't actually even have. That's why most men they know. Okay, this is the kind of job I'm doing. They'll be like, okay, let my wife just be staying at home and be taking care of the kids instead. So that of all don't just leave the house and leave them with somebody that we barely even know. So that's why most times you see some men will tell their wife, you become full housewife. Don't worry, just be taking care of the house. If you want money, pay you, I will pay you. But share the day house.
Exactly.
But say you now leave your kids with somebody and it is very rampant, safe. Very, very. Because they don't know how many parents will now see their child and say, bring your assignment, let me see. They don't have the time. Is it that they will use house help or they will have lesson teacher that will come and they will never be at home. So most of them they will not travel for weeks. They will be using one person to be saying, it's my child, how is she doing
Exactly.
on call and stuff like that. So it doesn't help at all, and it actually breaks so many relationships between children and their parents. A lot of relationship.
Considering the increasing number of nanny jobs that we have these days, it would suggest the how much we've
Parents are not
gone
actually
back on
involved. Yeah.
parenting and communication between parents and children. These days, you find out that toddlers or kids are more attached
Yes.
emotionally to their
Their
nannies
caregivers,
than
true, than the parents
to their
themselves.
parents. And like you said earlier, these days, men will tell you they don't want liability. They want a working class woman, a woman who brings something to the table. So this is one of the reasons why communication with
Everything is put in place.
True.
But I feel if they know the importance of communication as much as
they know. Every parent know what is important for their children or child, but at the same time, we will not blame them entirely. Take a look at the society.
true,
It is very difficult for the man alone to be the sole provider of the home. So most times, these parents are left with no choice than to do what they do
yeah,
to
true.
be able to
Make sure
provide
that
for.
the children,
Because if you say, okay, the wife stay at home, let's manage what the husband is bringing. Do you know
will not
how
be
much
enough.
school fees is these days?
That's
It will
true.
not be enough. They will now begin to suffer emotionally and povertically. If there's a word like that, poverty would hit them. So most times they don't have a choice, considering the economic and financial situations of the world and the country, especially.
True, true, true. So thank you for that. So as regards communication, it's very, very important, and it's as though in the society it has been neglected
It has.
to a major extent. because I think people just feel as long as they're able to provide, pay your fees,
Okay.
make sure you are eating, then it's fine.
Yeah.
You can
Exactly.
take care of yourself. You get. And then the importance of communication has really or the neglecting communication has really shown being a negative impact in society at large. I feel like even if parents don't necessarily communicate to the male child as much, but then the female child, they should hold the females with extra hand. And I'm not trying to be biased, but then
Yeah, I would
for
only agree with you.
for equity.
I would always only agree with you because societal vices has more effect on
Oh,
the girl
yes,
child.
Yes,
than-
exactly.
Yeah, I know. In as much as we would like to argue, pay attention to the boy child too. Yes, we agree, but we cannot deny the fact that societal vices will always affect the girl child more than the boy child. So
boy
yes,
child.
pay more attention. Pay attention to both.
Yeah,
But
pay
hold the
attention
girl
to
child,
both.
I beg. That's very delicate.
Yeah, true. Be very, very delicate with them. So, and then the reason why these things, I think I heard the story recently of how the parents, the male and the female, they were not always around. They were always going for business trips and those kind of things. And then the father's brother wanted to serve in that city, so the dad's brother was staying in the house. They had a female child,
Okay.
mind you. So I think for that period, I think 3 months, the father was not around, the mother was not around. So within that period, I don't know how the uncle and the girl mingled, but then because she was always confiding on him, and body not be firewood.
How old is the child when you say body no be
Maybe
fine?
for uncle and
I
niece
think
now.
I think 16. I
Wow.
think. So,
Even if she's even 27.
and
Not
yeah,
for-
well, I'm just saying the story. So
Okay.
body not be firewood. Last
Something happened.
confiding letter.
Confiding.
Confided, and then she got pregnant. So the parents were not, even when the parents came back, because of she was not close with them, she could not really connect, she could not
Yeah.
tell them. She was scared to tell them. Even before the uncle even gave her abortion pills and those things she drank, she could not say anything to the parents. Now at the end of the day, it was until when she passed out and they took her to the hospital, and then they were doing tests, and then they found out that this girl took abortion pills, she was pregnant, and those kind of things. You get. So at the end of the day, I think that story ended with the parents coming to a compromise that somebody has to leave her job and somebody has to, you
Stay
understand,
home
because the girl would have died
due to their neglect.
due to their neglect, and because there was no communication, there was no
That's one of
bond.
the disadvantages of neglecting family for work.
Yeah.
Because if they were paying attention to these children, they would have noticed
Exactly.
something always clicks or unclicks when these things begin to happen in the family.
yes.
But the thing is, they both of them, you're supposed to know that, okay, we are getting married. We are both working class. Who is going to stay at home?
The thing is, people don't talk before they marry.
Because
I love you, I love you.
Exactly.
We are married.
You're
They don't
supposed to- you're
communicate.
supposed to know- you're supposed
That's
to-
the communication that we are
exactly.
talking about.
You're supposed to know that, okay, we've given birth to a female child. Okay, now how are we going to do about
You
it?
plan.
You don't just travel 3 months, you live 16 years old at home with your brother.
Oh yeah, think about it from this perspective. The man trusts his brother.
Wait. Before the so-called uncle came to the house, who was staying with the child?
I don't know how they.
Okay,
let's
16.
assume
You
she's
can
staying.
say they stay.
Okay, let's assume she's staying.
But now that the uncle is here, and an older person is around, the better.
Yeah,
Yes.
and I think they've not actually gone that long, and maybe their trip has not actually conflicted.
Whether it conflicted or not,
Yes. So maybe
if
somebody was
they
always
had
around.
a bond or a relationship with
Exactly.
their daughter,
I think
the
that's the
first time the
importance.
man would try
Yes.
it, she would put a gun.
Yes.
But they are like this. There are parents that the female, both gender of the child, would be so scared to tell their parents.
And most times, I've seen situations where even the child will decide to speak up, and they'll be like, they'll just shun the child.
Okay, I think we've gone to various agencies and we've seen cases. Because I remember the first time that we went for school social work, if we remember, there was one case that was presented during presentation where the uncle molested or
Okay,
defiled
yeah. I think I remember
a child.
such a case.
And then when it comes to parents not believing their children, when this girl spoke up and told her mom, she denied for her brother, saying her brother could
Can
never
never.
Can you just
do
imagine
such a
that
thing.
kind of
Even when the social workers now decided to come into the matter, the mother said that she could never arrest her own brother
Can you imagine?
to the detriment of your daughter.
Just
That was
imagine
how the
kind
case died, because as social workers, you cannot act
of
when the victim says no.
Yeah.
So they left there.
Can you just
True,
imagine?
True. So that's communication, very, very important. So in
I think it's
case,
the most vital, more vital than love. Thank you.
It is.
okay,
It
Yeah.
is.
true.
Even if you love me, if you don't communicate it, I will not know. So
Have you?
So
Have you?
yes, now.
Yeah.
So communication is very important. So I think during our conversation just now, we entered a little bit on trust. And I think
Yeah.
that's also one of the reasons why marriages and relationships may fail today, because there is no trust. Imagine when you have this, should I use the word over clingy partner? Like
You're
it's
very
not
clingy. Okay.
it's not
Yes,
wrong
it's,
to be jealous. At least love shows
but
that.
too much of everything is bad.
Yeah,
Thank you.
you get. So now maybe the man, for instance, he's making a call with, let's say, his assistant. I know you're thinking, but that's not it. So like purely, like the relationship is pure.
yeah,
It's strictly business.
Okay.
And then the lady's like, who is that girl? Who is that girl? Once she hear woman voice, who is that woman? Who is this? Who is this? Let me check your phone. Let me do this. Let me do this. Let me do this. And then most times it happens for like both partners.
Yeah.
You understand? Like, and then most times, if those cases are not handled properly, at the end of the day, it may lead to a break in the marriage or the relationship, because people will get tired no matter how much they claim that they love you. I used to describe love like fire. So if you are not feeding it with wood and you are pouring water on it, it eventually quench. You understand? So no matter how much the person loves you, when you are always acting up because of your insecurities, and then most times, if we're even talking about this trust and insecurities, most times it happens because of a person's past.
Okay. Yes.
Maybe the
True.
person hasn't like healed up. Let's say maybe, for instance, a girl child, when she was young, her dad cheated on her mom.
Yeah.
And then she saw that, she went through the trauma phase with her
Or
mom. Her
even
mom was always
past
crying.
relationships of her
You
own.
understand? So because of that, she has already assumed that all men are
They will
like
cheat.
this,
Yes.
all women are like this.
Cheat.
And at the end of the day, it has led to this. So what do you have to say basically concerning these trust issues? And then do you think that there are ways that these things can be managed in a sense?
Well, I think trust is a very strong thing, you know. But I think before I would decide to get married to somebody, there's a level of trust I should have for the
Should
person.
have.
True.
Because at the end of the day, if I decide I start having doubt when we are actually in a relationship and we get married, we have kids, and then I start saying, who is that man in your workplace that you're always texting? We break up. Okay, we'll not break up, but already married. We'll go and separate ways. And then the kids will be affected.
Yeah.
Okay, the girl child should be staying with me, the boy child should be staying with me. So I think before somebody would make up his or her mind to get married to somebody, at least you should know that, okay, even if my husband is going on a business trip with a lady, I trust him to the extent that he will not do this.
Okay, sorry to cut you there. Quick question. What if the partner has never given you the reason to doubt?
So when you said clingy, someone being clingy,
Yeah.
and then I talked about doing it too much,
Yeah.
it is the same thing with trust and trust issues. Whether the man is cheating or the woman is cheating or not, if you have someone who does not trust you, even if it is your pastor or your boss or your mother that is calling, they will suspect.
That's it.
Actually.
They will suspect you if they do not trust you, whether you've given them reasons to trust you before or not. There are some people that, like you said, probably because of past experiences, they just believe that you are doing it.
Yeah.
Whether they
no
have
matter
the
what you
evidence or
say.
they don't have the
True.
evidence. If you do not trust a person, by all means, do not be with them.
Especially an overthinker.
Especially an over, you will just die small picking. You'll be doing yourself so much harm than the person that you're even suspecting.
Yes.
And that relationship will never last.
True.
It will be so chaotic
Okay,
and
so-
tiring.
Yes, any small thing. Who's that? Who are you? No.
So, as regards who is that, who are you? So, so like I think like this trust, like as we're talking about it now, it even like sprung up another like issue I'm having in my mind, which is cheating.
Hmm.
So sometimes partners really cheat during, and I don't know their reasons why they do it. You understand? Everybody has their different reasons. You
Yeah.
understand why they do it, and that's like a major reason to why marriages may fail. And then because of the Nigerian society, men will want to claim that it's their right
Yeah, I'm a man.
to cheat. You understand? Like it's not to them it's not cheating.
It is. There's no way you can sugarcoat it.
And that's what I'm saying. Our society.
It is like okay for a man to
No,
have
it's
more
not.
than one
No,
woman.
no. See, the thing is, it's not. Society doesn't say a man can actually cheat. It's just that.
But that's how we
It's just that.
feel.
No, it's just that when a woman cheats, it's like if 10 men decide to cheat now, it's you might not hear it.
This is that's normal.
No, I'm not saying it's not normal.
Okay, it's not.
Okay, let's not normalize it.
Okay,
We can swallow it when the man
yes, we can
cheats.
be like
Compared to when
okay.
now man if
If a man cheats, you man here, you want to leave your home for a side chick. You shouldn't do that. Protect your home, which is a woman's place of if you leave your children, this and that, that and this.
Yeah,
But if the woman, as much as allow a male colleague to drop off at home.
No, I think that's another trust issue too.
Forget trust issues. It is what the society has projected into our heads.
Probably, but I think like if your
It
man
is like okay for a man to cheat, but it's a taboo
for a woman, yeah.
for a woman
I love the word
traditionally
taboo.
to cheat.
And
And that's what that's what we were brought up with, and that's what we've continued with even till today.
yeah.
The woman is getting a divorce while your husband cheated. It rains everywhere. Where are you going? The next one you will still meet will still cheat because we've come to accept that men cheat.
With the notion that men
but
cheat.
no, the thing is, we've accepted it, but it's
But a
still
woman
wrong.
cheats. Hey, they will do series of sacrifices to cleanse the man of her evil spirits and then send that packing back to her father's house. And sometimes, even when she goes back to the father's house, the father will still drive her out. You've disgraced our family name. You've embarrassed us. Even the mother, I was never like this. Your father had 5 wives. I was the 10th. This or that. It is societally we've made it okay.
Yeah, like you were saying that your father had 5 wives.
Just bear
now, think of it in reverse.
No, that man would even want to marry you when they know that you were previously married, second hand. They use such derogatory words for women, even if it is just a case of suspicion. But man, if you let me carry the side chick with pregnancy come, they will say to the woman, don't leave your home for a second woman.
True. I guess that.
So cheating affects marriage more when it is the woman involved.
Okay. Yeah. I guess that's valid. Do you have any about it?
It's true. It's true. There's no argument to that.
That is not how it ought to be, but that is what we've seen it to be.
Okay. So so marriage aside now.
Okay.
Let's come to relationships.
Boyfriend and girlfriend.
No, like I want to ask, like,
what sort of relationship? Friendships?
No. Like, do you think one of the reasons why relationships don't last, it's because of difference in beliefs and goals? Initially when you are dating, I think the way people get into a relationship now, they don't actually like. Okay, relationship is dating. So maybe in the process, that's when you find out that, okay, this way, this person's belief about certain issues, this, where this person is headed, this, like the mindset of the person, the mentality, this, how fast this person is. So do you think that that's one of the reasons, differences in goals and beliefs are one of the reasons why relationship don't even get to marriage phase or something?
When you say differences in belief and what and
goals.
Yeah. The thing is, before you actually start dating somebody, at least you have information of like 20% of the person.
Is it not in the
Yes.
dating process you have
No,
to get this
No,
information?
wait. No, the thing is, wait. I'm not talking. No, before you start asking somebody, I like you. Let's go into a relationship. You people must have talked.
True.
You just say, I like you. Let's start dating. No,
It's
no,
not happening now.
no. What I'm saying is, if I'm going to start dating somebody, at least once, twice must have talked. Okay, how do you see life? I'm not the kind of person that you are. I might not know everything about you, but at
True.
least 10 to 20%, I must know. Okay, you are from here. This is what you like to do. This is what you before we start dating. Then when we start dating and start this going 1 year, 2 years. As always don't know say okay, you want to do this, or you are a family woman, or you are somebody that you don't like your husband to leave the home for 2 weeks and you not come back. So I will know. But the fact that you see such thing, you turn a blind eye and be saying, if we marry, if we marry, we'll change.
Marriage go be your love is blind, marriage go be your eyes.
Then when you come marry, you come be like, what attitude you see, and now you just decide to say you don't want to see, and that just be the thing.
When it comes to differences in life goals and what you want, before you get to know these things, it means that you've communicated.
Yes.
Congratulations. First phase done.
First phase communication.
So by the time now that you've communicated, you now realize that this person and I, we want different things, or everything that we want are not aligned. Differences must be now. We're different human beings. Let's say Zimbabwe and I we are dating, and then we start talking about long-term goals. Let's use kids for an instance, and he'll be like, when I get married, I like 11 children. I love children so much. Who's going to have these kids? I want just two.
Okay.
These are differences. But sometimes you compromise.
Yeah, there's room for compromise.
Life is all about compromise. You would not always get what you want.
Yeah.
When it comes to life partners and relationships, the highest that you would get, everybody gets spec, but most times the highest that you would get is 60% in a person.
Yes, no.
So the other 40% you'd have to compromise. If you get 60, you should be very lucky.
Somebody get 30%.
Exactly, you should count yourself lucky. The other 40% would now be up for compromise. You have to now let go of some things. Okay, you want 11, I want 2. Let's come together and meet ourselves at a junction.
That be 7 though.
Then you now talk. Why do you want 11?
Okay.
I love children. I love the presence of children. I like to have them around me. When I'm around kids, I wanted to be a teacher. As a matter of truth, just love to have kids around. I like the vibe and the energy that they give up, that they give out. And I'll be like, have you considered our present economy? Things are hard. House rent is going up.
True.
School fees is on the high side.
Feeding
and everything is on the high side. So how do you intend to? Be like, okay, that makes sense. I think we should reduce it a little. After all, probably my sister has kids or my brother has kids. I can't. So you may compromise as regards some things. But then when you now find 2 people in a relationship, he wants 11, I want 2. This one I say it must be 2. If it's more than 2, I don't want. The other one says, I want 11. You cannot to give me 11. Or you give me 2. I'll marry 2 other wives to give me the remaining numbers. Then go your separate ways.
Yeah.
Because you cannot work together except you agree. Even the Bible said that.
That's true. So as regards that too, you think that I think I know of a fact that these beliefs and life goals, they are susceptible to change.
Yeah, they are.
So most times, what if, for instance, the 2 partners, they were aligning?
Okay.
Now, inside the marriage, after 5 years has gone by, all of a sudden, there's not change.
Change will always happen anyways.
There are some changes that would bring issues.
True.
You get okay, let me give this scenario. So I heard of a story one time how that before the couple got married, they agreed that they were going to give birth to kids.
Okay.
Yeah, and those things. So now after they got married, I think the woman has a white collar job, the man has a white collar job. So all of a sudden she's not she knows how men are, maybe because of her friends from office, she has heard stories, because normally I think they agreed that maybe like the first 2 years they would not give birth, let them
Okay, then
enjoy their
after 2
marriage.
years.
So during that period, I think she met many friends and they said many things about how men, once women lose shape
Mm.
Okay.
and those things you get,
Oh.
they would still cheat on you. So all of a sudden she did not want to give birth anymore because she was scared that okay, she would lose shape. And then it was now bringing issue because like 2 years has passed and this guy is like, how
Now
far?
we want kids. We should have
Me, I want a kid, though. That kind of thing. It was because we agreed before. That was why
Yes.
I've been patient.
Yeah.
All this time.
Yes.
I want kids. You understand? And you know, because of how Nigeria society is and marriage, parents will be talking and those kind of things.
Definitely.
So now, but then this guy really wants kids. Now the lady doesn't want anymore. You understand? She's saying that they should adopt, and the guy knows that your womb is functional. I want my own
children.
child, like from my blood and those kind of things. So I think it was later on that the lady finally opened up that this is the reason why I was scared that if I should give birth now, I would lose shape and those kind of things and those kind of things. And again, I think last I tried, the came to a compromise. But then I'm saying all this because like beliefs and goals tend to change even in relationship. So do you think that when it changed, if it's not managed properly, it can make the marriage fail?
It will ruin it, actually.
Of course.
Okay.
Imagine this scenario that you just gave. If they did not find a way around it to make compromise, the man wants children.
True.
Now you don't want to lose weight. That you're not wanting to lose weight can make you lose this man now.
True. Priority.
Priorities, exactly. And when they say evil communication corrupts good manners, the Bible that said it knew what it was saying. See what the woman has heard over time in the workplace. It got into her head that had now made her change her initial plans as regarding the kind of family she would want to have. But then again, it took communication again. There was one time I said that if you are dating, please date somebody that has sense. I beg you. Not because of nyash or breast or money.
I don't know how to
Or he has money, flashy cars, things like
Yeah.
that. You're not getting
Don't
to
marry a
relationship.
fool.
By all means, please marry a very sensible person, somebody that has sense. If you ask me what my qualities in a partner is, the first thing that I say to you is, please have sense. I beg you.
I'm here. I've sense.
You like nyash?
It's like no, if we want to go that route, although we'll not go there. But how do you not know that this guy has sense?